fourth grade parents. So happy to have you here. Thank you for showing up and parking and doing all the things. And for those of you at home, thanks for listening. We're taking a video today, so anybody who missed it can grab that. And everybody has their packet with the students in your group. And if they have lots of chaperones, you don't need to have too many in your group. But just so you know, on the day of, we will all be together. So if there's a kid in another group you really want to hang out with, you can totally do that. And we will just, make sure that those are the kids you are always in charge of. So one of the biggest parts of the day is really making sure that everybody has a great time. Definitely the purpose is to make sure that they have fun actually experiencing some of these elements that we are studying in our history of California, and they get to actually walk where these natives walked. And you have the opportunity to make this an extra special fun day by really letting your joy and enthusiasm really affect them. So sometimes when things don't go quite right, you just roll with it. Let's say the train is running late. We just say, well, this is just an opportunity to be out here with our friends in the fresh air, and your attitude really makes a big difference. So we do have a schedule of the day that we're gonna go over, but please keep in mind that as much as we have tried to time it out, there will be elements that may happen, and the number one thing is hopefully it doesn't rain, because that's a big bummer. I have stories I could tell. But this is a really fun highlight of fourth grade. Some of these kids have never been on a train before, so that's pretty exciting for them. Sometimes a little bit scary too. But we also have a really great rapport with the train companies and with the mission, because we make sure that we are really keeping our kids respectful. So one of the things that we really count on all parents to do is please make sure that the children in your group, you might need to correct them and let them know, like, we need to walk everywhere, we need to listen, we need to be respectful, follow the rules. They get excited, but it's a pretty day where you get to use your energy. So it's usually not a problem, but just please keep them in line with what the rules are. And there are expectations in the packet that you can read about. Just mainly, staying on the paths and not going off the paths, not putting your hands in the water with the koi fish, and not running. When we're on the train, just so you know, they have 20 to 40 seconds to board a whole bunch of people. So we will be ready, but the number one thing is it's a double-decker train, and it might take you a minute to get up the stairs. So please don't worry as much about getting up the stairs, just get in so they can close the doors. We do not want the doors to close with anybody out there. So they might have to kind of congregate on the lower level, just squeeze everybody in and then make your way upstairs. That would be really helpful. Another item, I tried to kind of summarize the main points, the takeaway points on this pink paper here that says parent chaperone meeting notes. And of course you want to wear comfortable shoes and be ready for all kinds of weather elements. We tell the kids that if they bring a jacket, it's their responsibility to hang on to it. So maybe they tie it around their waist or things like that. You don't have to carry it for them. And you are in charge, as I mentioned, for all the kids the whole day. So if it's time to go to if one person in your group wants to go to the bathroom, you all go to the bathroom. If one person wants to go here, you all go there, please, because you are responsible. Every teacher is expecting that you will be always with those children in your group. So thank you for signing up to be a chaperone. We were also recommending if you can bring a reusable tote bag to put their lunches in. You would only need to carry it from the train, on the train, and then we drop it off once we get to the mission. So if you're available to do that and hang on to that for them. Some kids might bring little bags and they're welcome to keep it in there, but if they don't bring a little bag, it can be helpful if you just carry the lunches for the kids in your group. The parking, if you've never been down to the train station before, the parking is a little bit tricky because there's a lot of commuters that use that, and you cannot park right in front of the station. It's a 3-hour time limit, and we don't want you to come back to no car. So please make sure that you're either in the structure that's on the side of there, or you're across Harbor Boulevard on the structure over there. But you'll need a little extra time to park and walk over and things like that. If you try to just book it down to the minute, you probably won't be there to greet the kids with us. So if you can plan a little more time. So we just found out that there's a little bit of an issue going on with the train ticketing ahead of time. Usually you can go and buy your ticket from the kiosk, because we are Metrolink, not Amtrak. But I guess there's a problem and you can only buy it the day of. So please make sure that you allow a little bit of extra time that morning to get there. The train ticket booth things are kind of over by the tracks. So if you get there and you can buy it online with your credit card and do that. So that's kind of new this year. If you want to carpool with someone else to kind of save parking issues, that could be helpful too, or maybe more stressful. So you decide what works best. Please do make sure you bring this packet with you. We're not going to have extra copies, so bring this packet with you. It has all of the things that you need, and then of course you've all been Tier 3 cleared, so if you could bring that badge with you too. Did you need something? No? Okay. If you could turn to the white schedule of the day, this is the breakdown of the whole day. We've tried to be really clear in case you like to get into the nitty-gritty. But basically, we're arriving, we're making sure, this is another thing, the kids, like I tell you, they like to run around, they're really jazzed up. People are coming and doing their commuting for the day, so if you can just keep everybody kind of calm and near you in your eyesight too. We'll be checking them in. Let's see if you remember what I said, and it's on the paper in a really bold letter. How much time do we have to get on the train?
20 to 40 seconds.
Oh, look at that. Look at listening. Well done. 20 to 40 seconds. Good job. I know it goes really quickly, but we can do it. I know we can. So they're supposed to be with you and they're supposed to be seated. They, as you're buying your own tickets, it is a little bit more people than what they're specifically anticipating, but there's plenty of room on the train. We do need to get them in and seated. It'll be really exciting. If they have to be like a little bit away from you, but kind of still in line of sight, that's okay. But everybody should be seated, adults as well. There should be plenty of seats for that. If they come around to check for your ticket, they'll know, that you're an adult and they can check your tickets on there. If they want to eat or have like a little snack while they're on the train, just make sure they're cleaning up all their trash, and long before we get off that they're gathering all their items so they can quickly get off. That's important too. There's really no getting back on the train or finding something they lost. When we get there, can I see real quickly a show of hands if you've ever taken the train to San Juan Capistrano? Okay, all right, that's great. So many new ones. It's gonna be so fun. These are the kind of places you see like on TikTok, and they're like, oh, so fun, go have brunch down in San Juan Capistrano, go to a little cafe, get some coffee. Like, you will see so many people taking photos. Also, it's a great photogenic area. So at the Mission, or right when you get off the train station, we're gonna be heading one direction away from the train tracks. But later on in the day, you'll have some time to explore. So if you go back to where we got off and cross the train tracks, parallel to that is a street called Los Rios Street. It's historic, and it is actually the reason why San Juan Capistrano only has one track. Most of the tracks have a north and southbound, but it goes down to one track, and sometimes they get a little bit of delays because it's historic and they can't expand into that Los Rios Street. So it's kind of fun to walk around, some historic homes. They turn some of them into restaurants and things like that. But yeah, you can get your little caffeine on. There's also a petting zoo kind of over in that region as well. You have to pay to go there, but even if you're not gonna pay to go in, you can just stand on the outside and kind of looking at the animals. It's kind of a fun explore. There's a big park over there. That's really fun to do too. And if you've been there recently, they have a whole area down over by that petting zoo. It's like a whole new, almost like the Anaheim Packing House I've heard it's like, where there's like restaurants and things like that. Not the main purpose of the day, but maybe a place you might stop if you want to, because like I said, there will be some exploration. But again, this day is about history, and it's about bringing to life the history that we will be studying. We're kind of touching on it, but then we'll be studying it more, and it's going to be fun because they'll really be able to envision what these missions were actually like. So when we first get there, they'll collect your lunches, a little bit of a snack time possibly as well, and then we'll go to an audio-led tour. So you'll have the audio version on and you'll be listening. And what we would love for you to do, because this portion right here is the reason for all of this whole day, if you could try to kind of be a little teacher with them and listen, and then ask them like 3 to 5 questions at each little station to make sure they were listening. You can turn it into a little game. You could have hypothetical points, like, okay, you keep track of your points. Okay, how many points? Did you have that? Okay, you got a point, you get a point. Like, it's fun. You can make it fun. You don't even have to give any reward. Just who got the most points? It can be really fun. But please do encourage the learning of that day, asking them questions, reflecting on what they've heard. And it's cute. They get really excited about all of the things that they learn, and they're visually seeing, watching history come to life. We do also want to take a group photo before we come back together again. The schedule is the same no matter which day you're going. So we're going to meet at the center fountain. Right when you come in the Mission, there's a fountain. That's not the fountain. In the center quadrangle, there's a big, beautiful fountain with the koi fish. Like I said, very exciting. Please do not put your hands inside. That's a big rule. But we will take off name tags if they have any name tags off. We'll take jackets off. We'll set everything to the side. We'll take a big kid photo. Then we'll get adults in and take the adult photo. We're going to be wearing those 4th grade black California shirts. So if you have one, wear that. If you want to match us, you could just wear black or whatever color you like. It's no problem. So we'll take a big photo there. That will be really fun. We're going to get there at, let's see, are you looking at this paper? What time should we meet at the fountain? 11:30. Yay, good job. Okay, 11:30. And then at 12 o'clock, we are going to be doing a fun little hands-on activity, making a little brick. So we'll take them over to kind of the lunch area. We'll sit down. They'll teach them about the brick. After that, we wash our hands. Right there, they'll have the lunches already brought over for us in a little cart that we dropped off. And we get to have lunch. And then after that, we have from 12:30 to 2:30. So you have a couple hours to go. And we gave you a whole list of ideas of things you might want to do. You can go back to any place of the mission and take photos. You can go to the gift shop. You can go outside the mission, get a hand stamp in case you want to come back. It's probably easiest to go to the bathroom at the mission before you leave. It's a little harder to find bathrooms in the town. Then we've given you, beyond the train expectations and the mission expectations, a little map of the mission property, a map of the town. It doesn't have that newest area that I talked about and across from the petting zoo, but just kind of, if that helps you, you really don't need a map. Everything's really close by, and it's just fun to meander around and have fun. If you want to bring like card games and sit somewhere and play cards or something, you could do that, but really the time kind of flies by and it's fun to just check things out. When they are in the gift shop, I try to encourage them to get something that relates to the mission, like if they wanted a keychain that said mission San Juan Capistrano, other than, you know, like a gun or something, because sometimes they have those little like rubber band guns and you're like, okay, well, this is you know what I'm saying, this is something a little more memorable, but that's up to them. They don't have to have money, they don't have to buy any of that, and yeah, that's kind of the big rundown, but we are so thankful that you all wanted to come, that you're taking time out of your day to come, that you got your tier 3 clearance. That's a big deal as well. And we're gonna have a really magical day. You've got the contact numbers on there, and yeah, are there any questions? Yes.
For the train tickets,
Yes.
we're only responsible to buy our own.
Your own.
ticket?
Yes, we've already got the kids.
Okay.
Yeah, just yours. And it sounds like the day of, you'll have to go to like kiosk to buy
So
it.
that day, they're not coming to school here?
No,
right?
so they get
they're
dropped
not
off
bringing their
there,
bag,
picked up there.
But they
Yeah.
can bring their own small bag to.
If they want to bring a small bag, yeah, little camera or photo thing, yeah. And that reminds me too, at the very end when we're getting off the train, of course, gather all your items, but do make sure that all the kids in your group, if their parent isn't there, usually everybody's there and off they go really quick. But if not, just bring it to the teacher, bring any extra kids to the teacher, and you can go and we'll figure that out. So again, their behavior is on you to help us out, please. And if you have anybody that you're struggling with, just contact us. We'll be there to help you. But truly, I mean, even kids who sometimes have a hard time with directions, they really have a great day. It's so fun to be out in nature. It's fun to be with all the parents and hanging out. And it's such a gift for us teachers to just get to kind of meander around with you guys and watch learning come to life. And I hope you have a really fun time. Any other questions? Are you so excited? I am too. It's gonna be fun. All right, thank you.